Hey there. I want to talk about two different games here. Well, technically one game and one challenge. Terraria is a game that encourages death, or more so, reckless exploration. The only punishment for dying, if you're playing on Terraria's classic mode, is a portion of your money, which can be circumvented by using a piggy bank or just storing your money in a chest. The Pokemon Nuzlocke, however, is a challenge that punishes death heavily, because when one of your Pokemon faints, it's considered dead. I was wondering how difficult it would be if I were to combine both this amazing game and this difficult challenge. First, let's go over the rules of a vanilla Pokemon Nuzlocke. If a Pokemon faints, it is considered dead. This rule will be carried over to Terraria. The two other rules are that you can only catch the first Pokemon in each route, and you have to nickname your Pokemon so that you become more attached to them. These two rules don't exactly carry over to Terraria well, so we'll only be adding one additional rule. If you die in Terraria, whatever armor set you're wearing is gone forever. You can't use it. You have to either trash it or put it in a chest. One additional thing added for common sense is that I can't wear an armor set until I have all 3 pieces of it made. If you think this challenge is too easy, there is a hardcore variant of the Pokemon Nuzlocke. This variant adds level caps to each major battle, saying that you can't level your Pokemon above the level of the next gym of your strongest Pokemon, and that you can't use items in battle. While I won't be playing with these rules, there is a way to make a Terraria hardcore Nuzlocke. Naturally, you can play on Expert Mode or Master Mode, but I'm playing on Classic for this series. With the other two rules, for level caps, you could make it so you have to defeat every boss in order, and your defense cannot exceed the defense of the next boss. And for the no items clause, it's simple. For each boss, use no healing items, buffing potions, or mana restoring items. These rules would make the game way harder, but for now, I'm going for a bit of an easier run. Naturally, these rules could be a bit hard to understand, so I'll leave all of them in the description. This is the first episode of the run, which includes the longer version of the rules and the Eye of Cthulhu boss fight. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you to subscribe. At my current size, any positive feedback or reinforcement would be great, and the easiest way to do that is to subscribe. Thank you, and enjoy the video. Naturally, the first thing we do here is the same thing anyone would do when making a new Terraria world. We take out our axe and cut down some trees. We're able to make an armor set out of the wood that we collect, so we get our first encounter of the run. Just to be aware of our surroundings, we can move east and find one of the best early game biomes, in my opinion, the tundra. We're able to pick 3 useful things here. Ice, which can be crafted into the powerful frostburn arrows, which deal great damage over time. Snow, which can become snowballs, which are quite decent weapons on their own, but can be used as ammunition for a snowball cannon if we pick one up. But most of all, we get boreal wood, which can be crafted into a new armor set, giving us essentially a new life to use. I decided to box myself in for the first night, which can be skipped over, but when day breaks, I make a couple starter houses and decide to take a risk. Most good early game Terraria items can only be found underground, such as grappling hooks or most weapons. So, being on normal mode with multiple armor sets, I decide that it's time to go for it and head into a snow cave. I do pick up a couple ores and a band of regeneration, but when the merchant moves into my house, I recall home to purchase some wares. I buy the piggy bank, as any sensible person should, as well as the bug net. Fishing could be a valuable way to collect resources without having to accept risks such as boulders or, foreshadowing, weak ice. No fishing happens in this episode, but maybe I'll look into it off camera. Speaking of foreshadowing, check this out. Many times I have told people that the cracked ice isn't my favorite feature in Terraria. While losing the ability to lose boreal wood armor isn't really a big deal, we're down to only one armor set, regular wood armor, so it's time to pick up a few more. Sadly, my preferred method of collecting more armor sets is to go underground and collect ores, which, while we do collect a lot of valuable items, including enough flinks fur to make a flink staff, we get overwhelmed by underground cave monsters and die in the process. This is now cause for worry. We now no longer have an armor set to rely on, and the 2 probably easiest armors to obtain are gone. I do have a couple of ideas, though. You can get relatively easy, both the cactus armor and rich mahogany armor, as well as picking up the sandstorm in a bottle from a desert pyramid. Now, call me insane, but I think I can beat the Eye of Cthulhu at this point. With the materials I've gathered, I have all of the key components to beat it. You have flurry boots, a sandstorm in a bottle, and a tungsten bow with the aforementioned frostburn arrows. To mix things up for my new usual voiceover stuff, here is live commentary from the fight. Oh god! That made me jump. 1 second. That's better. Alright, so what I'm seeing, the fight's starting off well. This fight is really simple if you're playing on classic mode, which we are. I'm sure the thunder has a bit of added difficulty. Hold on. Should we flex? Should we put on the umbrella hat in the middle of the fight? Yeah, we should. Ooh, took 7 damage from that hit. I'm surprised at just how big the level jump is from expert mode to classic. Because I'm used to playing on at least expert. And also I made this bit of a smaller arena so we don't have to deal with the giant super I mega dashes, as far as I'm concerned. Well, I would say I was right when I was feeling confident about this boss fight. I mean, you really never know, but... Alright! Easy boss fight. That unlocks a lot of things, actually. And we can make some, like, basic demonite tools, like the yo-yo, I feel like would be unexpectedly useful in a scenario like this. And, with the Eye of Cthulhu defeated, it looks like that'll be the end of the video. This was altogether a shorter video, but it's mainly so I know what's going on and how you guys will receive this. I think I'm going to upload a new episode of this Nuzlocke every other week, and slot in some other Nuzlocks and challenges as I go along. Again, I'd like to ask you to subscribe. I spend a lot of my free time on these videos, so any support would be awesome. Let me know what you think of this idea. Next week's video will be Pokemon Emerald with only Dragon types. There are limited Pokemon, but I could expand it with a ROM hacking software or two that I've recently picked up, so it may make things a bit more interesting. With that ominous message, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.